state of boxing. Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, Charlo, Canelo, super fights are killing the sport. What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all. So, this past weekend, we had Jermell Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez. Everybody's talking about how bad this fight was. And I just wanted to give my take on the state of boxing for anybody listening.
Canelo Charlo, super boring fight. Canelo, obviously, like I said, on quicksand, throwing bombs. I mean, he just showed up for a paycheck. He won easy. If we want boxing to survive, if we want boxing to thrive, we need super fights, like all the time. Fighters must fight each other.
All right, y'all. So, what is going on with the sport of boxing? You know, we all as fans basically call for super fights. We want the best fighters fighting the best fighters. And this year it kind of started off with a bang. We had the Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia fight.
Is this the future of boxing? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Now, I know that fight is one of the best fighters versus a decent fighter. Ryan Garcia, I would never call him the best fighter out there, or even one of the best fighters out there. He's a good boxer, but he's not on Gervonta Davis's level. Now, that being said, that was a super fight because it sold well. Ryan Garcia has a huge fan base, and they pretty much exploited that fan base. Now, I'm not saying that that was bad for boxing. I think that that fight was very good for boxing because it showed that boxing can still sell at a high level as long as you're giving very entertaining fights. Now, we had other super fights. We had Anthony Joshua fought this year. We had a few other guys that have fought this year that are considered super fighters. Then you had Crawford versus Spence that kind of came out of nowhere. And that was a super fight by all stretches of the imagination. That was a super fight because of both guys had an O, both guys were title holders. Everybody wanted to see that fight.
This is a big old frozen chunk of poopy.
Ended up being one-sided. And then you ended up with the Jermell Charlo Canelo Alvarez fight. Now, from the beginning, I didn't even really want to talk about that fight because I felt like Charlo being laid off for as long as he was, his hand injury, I seriously doubted that he could jump up 2 weight classes just like that and challenge Canelo Alvarez. Now, I know everyone says dare to be great, all that. Yeah, he dared to be great, but there was really no effort given in that fight. And that brings up the real question. Are a lot of these guys just in it for the money, and are they killing the sport by having such high purses and these guys getting paid so much just to give sparring matches, basically?
Man, this Charlo fight. One thing I love about Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant in the sport is that they were disciplined. When I say disciplined, they had the mindset that the more I keep winning, the more money I'm gonna make. So money wasn't a major factor for them, right? Because they already know if I just be great, the money gonna come. We don't even have to think about the money.
Now, I'm not saying that Canelo went in there to spar because he seems like he still takes this very seriously. But it does seem like a lot of fighters, they just do it for the big paycheck. You know, Ryan Garcia, I think they knew he couldn't beat Tank Davis, but they exploited his fan base. They got people to buy the fight. Both guys got paid, and, you know, he just got beat up for a couple of rounds, and, you know, everybody was happy, I think, after that. You know, it was a decent fight. I'm not going to say it wasn't a decent fight. It was a decent fight. But the problem is the competition levels are not matching up anymore. Now, is that a problem of there's just not enough competition out there, like real competition? Or is that a problem of them just exploiting the fans to get our money.
This dude's a professional, world-class athlete. When I seen his body, I said he losing a fight. I knew it because I feel like he's not in tip-top shape. He was in it for the check. And this is my thing with fighters. Like, fighters can't say, well, I'm rich, F the fans. We gon' this for the fans. I'm rich, I got the bag, but you got people that support you and pay their hard-earned money to watch the fight. And then you got people that are real fans of yours that want to see you give it all you got. That's the whole point of us watching the fight. The crazy part is, you will get into it on these streets and fight somebody hard as hell for the free for disrespecting you. But then you get paid millions of dollars and you just have a sparring session and just, you know what, I'm getting paid anyway.
You know, I feel like they know, and I mean the people putting these fights on, the promoters, the trainers, they know what the competition levels are. They know how these guys look behind the scenes. You know, I think that, you know, not to put this on Derrick James, but I think Derrick James knew Errol Spence wasn't ready for that fight. But when the fights are of such big magnitude and there's so much money pushing these fights to happen, I don't think they really care at this point whether the fighters put up a great performance. It's all about tricking the fans into purchasing these fights and everybody getting paid off the back of the fans. It's almost like the roles have reversed. It used to be the fighters would get in the ring, they put on a great performance, they would risk their health and their longevity to entertain the fans. Now it's like they trick the fans into thinking that they're going to get a great fight just to rip us off.
Man goes into a restaurant. You listening? He sits down, he's having a bowl of soup. Waiter says, is there something wrong with the soup? He says, taste the soup. He says, is there something wrong with the soup? Is the soup too hot? He says, will you taste the soup? It's wrong. Is the soup too cold? Will you just taste the soup? All right, I'll taste the soup. Where's the spoon? Aha! Aha! What do you know from funny, you bastard?
And I hate to put it like that, but that's how it is. And it kind of all started with the Maypac fight. The Maypac fight, I think, was the biggest ripoff in the world. Now, why do I say that? Because they knew before the fight happened that Manny Pacquiao's shoulder was torn. Everybody involved knew this. You know, he had already put in for exemptions and all this stuff. So they could have rescheduled or called it off completely. But since there was so much money involved, they didn't. You know, even Manny Pacquiao knew. And, you know, I guess you got to level a little bit of blame on him, too, because he could have just said, you know what, I don't want to do it. But I guess you could say, too, that he dared to be great. But at what point is it just ripping us off, you know, because y'all knew what was going on and y'all still made the fight knowing he couldn't give 100% in that fight. And, you know, I think it's kind of killing the sport. You know, I heard Oscar De La Hoya said that, you know, the sport is dying. You know, we got to stop doing this to the fans. I heard the big homie Blu-ray, he put out a video yesterday. Go check out his last video because it's a lot of insightful information in there that came from him and how he feels about the state of boxing, you know. And I think it's sad that they're doing that to us. I think it's sad that, you know, the competition levels are not where they used to be. I think it's sad that fighters were going there just for a paycheck, you know, and people keep saying, I don't want to say Charlo laid down. Charlo laid down for a paycheck, you know, and he went in there and gave it his best, but your best wasn't good enough. If that was your best, that's a pathetic showing because you can best believe if he was to have gotten in there with a 154-pound fighter, he would have been giving it his all. And he got in there with Canelo and dared to be great, and that's what we got as fans, you know, a bunch of garbage, basically. Now, you know, I hate to say that about boxing because I love the sport still, but it's just a lot of garbage fights being put on and fans getting tricked out of their money.
I'm getting paid anyway, so I'm not going to give my all. For all of y'all that don't like it, I got the bag. Let me buy some more jewelry. Let me buy another car. Let me buy another house and start on all the people that supported me because they wanted me to go in and give 110% in the fight. All right, bro. Listen, I'm sick of boxing, bro. Like, I'm literally sick of boxing.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. That like button for me. A share. Subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you're more than likely to get a response on the tubes, so holler at me over there. If you want to collabo, feature a product or your channel on my channel, feel free to hit my Gmail, because it is a flock of cards at gmail.com. And we are mad here.
I'ma call this freestyle my cash flow. Tighter than a belt on the last hoe. Kidel Castro. Whenever the females ask for the lasso, send them to the nigga that sag low. I brag so motherfuckers know about mine. Breathe smoke when I'm spitting like it's cold outside. Niggas stressed out cause his baby mama is with me. With another chick they acting like Madonna and Britney. See, I'm a legit G, so I'ma eventually have both of my palms on the city. Now y'all get pissy when I stop it like blocking your kidney. Leonardo da Vinci at the top of the century. Flow so artistic. Y'all niggas been the same for years like Bart Simpson. So you can't politely bite me. Now who you know is nice is Mike T. Precisely. And I'm on the go. Blowing them trees when I'm on the road. DJ spin it and they on the flow. But it seems these motherfuckers still don't know about the nigga named Keys coming off the block. Still spitting hot flows off the top. Got the girls in the telly getting off the chain. The nigga named Lewis Keys finna change the game. You want beef? Prepare for the devil. Put a dot right on your eyebrow like Ern Neville. It's a purring, I'm a rebel. Knock you off, break bread with your parents to settle. Out of court, every forgot me all out of sorts. Up north, they wetting up them new ports. But down here, they putting syrup on blacks. That city county merger got the sheriff on your back, along with the LPD. Still see me sitting low, getting blowed in the LTD. With a thick chick looking like Diamond's twin. With the ginger ale mixed with the lime and gin. See, I'm pepper with the words. I'm sick when I'm sober, even better off the herb. You get wet up on the curb if that's what you deserve. From the ghetto to the burbs, what real niggas prefer. Young Keys, and I'm on the go.